We are one whole month into 2021, one whole week into the month of February. Valentine's Day is next week. The Super Bowl is this weekend. My engine just blew in my car, but who cares about all that? Because right now, it's Drag Race time! It's me, Glitta, and welcome back to another exciting episode of my reviews of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13. Today we are on episode 6. We are in the thick of it now. And this episode was all about disco. Or however you dance. Like, that's how people dance. Disco would have been the perfect dance for me because I only know how to dance while pointing. Anyway, RuPaul loves disco. So we had to have a whole episode about it, and it was a dancing challenge, so that's pretty awesome. I don't know much about disco, but neither did any of the queens on the show, so I didn't feel so alone. Can you believe the 70s when disco was a thing? It was like half a century ago. Oh my god. We're getting old. Anyway, if you've been watching my reviews, then you know at the end of every episode, I do a little RuPaul's Drag Race trivia for a little prize. And today it is another gift card, not to Chili's, but it's a gift card. I will announce where the gift card is to later on in this episode. So if you want to win, then stick around to the end, put the answer to the trivia in the comments below, and, winner could be you. Now, let's get to disco dancing, shall we? Dancing and pointing. It's the best. So we open up on the episode. They're all coming back in the workroom after Joey J was just eliminated. And they've got to talk about what just happened in Untucked. And I guess part of the reason why I relate so much to Tamisha is because I listen to conflict at work all day. And I kind of do what Tamisha does. Like when the person is coming at you and you just kind of like, close your eyes, breathe, think about how you're going to respond for a second, and then respond calmly, let them get their stuff out, whatever it is. I feel like Tamisha handles herself like an adult in the room. She's the adult in the room. And I like how they did a little rewind to like say what she actually said, because Tamisha, with her words of wisdom, I got to get a lot of those in this episode. You already know why. Anyway, after they rehash, they go ahead and de-drag, and they play the little tension is brewing music and all that fun stuff. I love how RuPaul's Drag Race does commercial breaks or like little like splits, like, ooh, what is this drama? And then when it comes back, it's like not drama at all. Oh, television, you're so creative. So RuPaul walks into the workroom, and it's mini challenge time. Today's mini challenge is here's some wallpaper, make a dress out of that wallpaper, stand in front of that wallpaper wearing the dress that you made out of the wallpaper, and have your teammate narrate your garment so that it tries to make you stand out against the wallpaper that you look the same as. Cool. Anyway, RuPaul says that they all have to pair up. And be careful who you're choosing, ladies, because whoever you choose to pair up with now is the same person you're going to be paired up with in the main dancing challenge. A plot twist. So the queens all go to split up and pair up. And I feel like some of these pairs made no sense to me. Some of them did. Olivia and Utica, I guess I haven't been paying attention to them becoming friends. Lala Ring and Simone. Okay. And Elliot and Tamisha said they were just kind of the leftovers and the last one picked. So, all right. Denali and Rosé make sense because they've kind of been paired up since they both went head to head against each other in the very first Pork Chop Queens episode. And then you've got Mick, Candy Muse, and Tina Berner. A good old-fashioned Drag Race clique, y'all. We haven't had one of those since, gosh, what, season 5 with Relaska Talks? Or season 3 with the Boogers versus the Heathers. I mean, It's been a while since we've had a little click, so I'm into it. Even though I hate that they're calling themselves the Mean Girls, because in my mind, who wants to be mean? But on the other hand, it's the movie, and we all love that movie, and it's like a cult classic and whatever, so okay. And I guess it kind of fits, so whatever. Anyway, they have the little mini challenge. They all do their thing. You can tell that Rose and Tina are actors because their words just eloquently come out of their mouth to narrate what's going on. But Tamisha and Elliot end up being the winners of the mini challenge because all of their jokes are about the Tiger King, even though Elliot's wearing leopard, and Tamisha's reading the jokes very much like writing them on paper. But it makes RuPaul laugh, and I guess that's how you win anything on Drag Race, really. Make RuPaul laugh. So RuPaul gives them all their assignments as to what part of the disco scene they're going to be covering in the disco documentary, dance-amentary, whatever we're calling it. And then RuPaul goes around the workroom. Nay, RuPaul has the workroom come to her and interviews all the queens about what they know about disco. Denali's probably the only one who knows a little bit of something. Most of them don't know anything. Tina Berner pretends she knows something, only to get most of it wrong. And Candy Muse brings up the Pussycat Dolls video. Eek. But I don't know anything about disco. If somebody were to come up to me and be like, what's your favorite disco song? I'd have to Google if what I'm thinking of is a disco song. Because really the only thing I can think of is Staying Alive, and that's because of this whole, I don't know. I don't know anything. It's not like they teach us this in history class. When we go to school and we learn all about history, we learn about political figures, wars, who took what country when, whatever. We don't learn about pop culture references. And if we do, it's just a little blip in the history book. So I guess thank you, RuPaul's Drag Race, for bringing this sort of pop culture stuff, these parts of history, into the limelight. The kids need to know. You're teaching the children. So we get to rehearsal. There's a choreographer, very typical of any other Drag Race challenge. You see people struggle. You see people who are dancers. You see people be like, oh my God, they're so good. And oh my gosh, I'm so terrible. Same as every episode, a little formulaic. But of course, Tamisha and Elliot, for some reason, are asked to use hula hoops in their number. And hula hoops are cool. If you've ever seen hula hoop dancing, I used to live with a bunch of people for a while, in a chapter of my life, who were all fire spinners and hula hoop dancers. And that stuff is cool. Look it up on TikTok. You'll thank me later. But Tamisha mentions that she has she called it an ostomy bag, a hole in her stomach. And I mean, gosh, this girl has struggles and you would never know it. She's definitely this inspirational adult in the room. I'm a Tamisha stan. I'm going to buy those shoes she has for sale on her website. Anyway, she gives us another little quote. So rehearsal's over, back to the workroom. Let's get ready for this main challenge. Back in the workroom, we see them getting ready for the main challenge, and they're sharing stories that made them the queens they are today. We hear about Candy Muse and her mom, who was in and out of jail when she was younger, which is why she's always felt like she's had to defend herself. We hear about Tamisha, who had a member of her community that started a cheerleading troupe, helped her find her talents and become the mother she is today. But the story that resonated with me the most was Olivia struggling with her weight and her weight loss journey. I struggle with my weight. I always have. I struggle with my weight currently. For as confident as I am, for as much as I am never nervous in front of a crowd, for as goofy as I can be half the time, when my weight comes up, if that's the topic in my head, it's the one thing that I just feel, I just don't know where to begin. If Ben and Jerry's could stop coming up with new and exciting flavors, or if maybe wine wasn't so good, or gosh dang it, how do people even like working out? Because I am not that gal. I know that if I had to do a dance challenge, I would feel very uncomfortable being on that stage. Not because I wouldn't want to try the dance, but because I would struggle with my breathing. I would worry about my weight. I would worry about how I look. It would just immediately be everything in my head. But you know what? If Olivia can do it and share that story on national TV, then, you know, I can. I can do it too. Maybe I should start a whole YouTube series about my weight loss journey. But I get ahead of myself. Anyway, it's time for the main stage. All right, main stage. And our judges today are Michelle Visage, Carson Kressley, Lonnie Love, and RuPaul, looking stunning in this sparkly gown with the pink lining. RuPaul always looks great. And now we are going to have the RuPauliest of RuPaul's Drag Race challenges. Does that make sense? It's almost like they're sitting in the writer's room deciding what to do for each episode, and RuPaul's like, move over, this one's mine, and writes a whole thing about disco and then narrates the whole thing. And the lyrics in the songs were like a little weird. Like one of the lyrics was just like, Susan Lucci, over and over again. Like, what is that? Anyway, the queens looked great for the most part. I gotta say, stunners, Tina Berner. Like, I'm still not a fan of the raccoon eye makeup that she keeps doing on the show, but this costume, this dress, this hair, like the way she was dancing, it looked amazing. Tina did bravo. I thought Rosé with the pants, like the pants that moved while she was dancing, like it was just so flowy and pretty, and I couldn't take my eyes off of Rosé. I thought Rosé and Denali did great. Elliot, this was like second nature to Elliot. Not only did she look good, but the dancing was amazing. Olivia with the hair, like Olivia just took to the stage like it was her own stage. And Utica. I understand what they mean about Utica. This was the first time I saw Utica on stage that I was like, oh, you're not comfortable. Like, you're not feeling good, you're nervous, and when you're nervous, you do those faces. It's like her nervous tick. Like, to get over the fact that maybe this isn't her element, she, like, camps it up so far that it's almost like separating herself from herself. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. It's okay, girl. Calm down. You got this. You don't need to do all that. Anyway, the runway theme is Little Black Dress. And let's see what the girls come up with. First to the runway, it's almost like we're going in the same order they did in the dance challenge. I think that's the order they're going in. But first we see Tina Berner. And when she first walked out in this like body bag thing that said wet paint, I was like, what? Black, okay. And then she, of course, reveals that into this black dress. And I gotta say, I loved this. I loved the handprints on the boobs and the butt. I like that it was like drippy paint and still in her red and orange and yellow colors, but like a creative take on it. It wasn't so Ronald McDonald-ish. I thought she looked great. So Candy Muse in this like canvas dress with the dress drawn on it, carrying the little dress. I loved this. I disagree with the judges. I think that the paint, like in her hair and on her face and stuff, I thought it worked with the costume. I think it looked great. I think Candy looked great. I honestly kind of think this is the best she's looked on the runway ever. Ooh, got Mick. She naked. Interesting take on the little black dress. Love showing off the body with little pasties, but very tiny little black dress. Oh my god, it's a small little black dress. I liked it. I like this look. I love the picture she shared on Instagram with this look on, with all the other trans icons behind her. Elliot looked pretty. If I saw her in a club, I'd be like, ooh, she's pretty. Tamisha also looked pretty. There's nothing wrong with this. It's nothing special. She looked fine. It's good. I like it. Olivia with the hair. Look how that hair bounces down the runway. Skinny little black dress, stones on the black dress. And of course, we're bringing back the little mini purse. Ooh, love it. Olivia, you should just always use the little mini purses because clearly when you use the mini purses, you win. Hello. Anyway, she looks great. I love this. Utica. It's creative. And I think if it were an Instagram photo, it would be amazing. And I'd be like, oh my god, gagging. But when she walked out on the runway, I was like, what is happening here? And she had to explain she was the earrings. But like my first thought when I saw her walk out is, oh, the judges aren't going to get that because they can't see the earrings from where they're sitting. Like you're so far away from them. You're walking, you're painted a weird color of like gold, like jaundicey yellow with the giant lips. Like, I don't know, if you have to explain it, then the mission was not accomplished. Sorry, girl. Ooh, Denali with the sparkly spider webs. I love the spider webs. Anything with stones on it, girl, gagging. But obviously, too, hello, she can paint a face. When she took off that little hat thing and had the little spider's eyes, that helped. Good job of the week. Rosé. So, okay, the tulle down the sides, like I know she was trying to accentuate the silhouette of the black dress that was inside the tulle, but this tulle thing is very reminiscent of the blue suit she wore a couple episodes ago, and it just takes away from her own shape. Like, to me, it makes her look a little clunky. The hair and the makeup were great, but this dress just... It wasn't the tea for me, sis. Still drinking to your name, though. Lalaurie in the littlest of little black dresses. You can even kind of see that it's riding up her butt. To me, it's a little boring. It's nothing special. Her makeup looks great. The necklace adds stuff to it, but it still doesn't take away that it's just like, you could probably buy that dress at the mall. I don't know. It's whatever. She looks fine. Ooh, Simone with the hair. It's shapely and beautiful, like all sorts of fun stuff happening. And then I love the hair braids to make the little black dress. Very creative. This is good. Good job, Simone. I love this. So, judges' critiques. I agree with most everything that they said, except for Candy's paint. Like, I thought that Candy's face paint looked better than they gave her credit for. Maybe it looked different on stage. I don't know. But the bottom three were Tamisha, Utica, and Candy. The top three were Elliot, Tina Berner, and our winner was Olivia. Agree with that. Here you go. Olivia's the winner. You can always tell who's going to win by the edit that they're getting throughout the whole show. And Olivia definitely had a lot of screen time this time. And, ooh, isn't it funny? The two that were fighting in Untucked are going against each other to lip sync for their life. Candy versus Tamisha. But Tamisha being the adult in the room, it seems like she's fine. Like, they've made some sort of peace, and that's great because that's what we do as adults. We work through our stuff, and even if we don't come to an immediate resolve, we know how to still be adults around other people. Like, you don't always have to, like, sit on problems or hold grudges. Grudges are stupid. Just forgive people. Move on. And that's part of what makes Tamisha so amazing. So if you've watched my little thing, you've watched the episode, you know who goes home. It broke my heart. I knew Tamisha wasn't going to win, but I guess I just wasn't quite ready for her to go home yet. I love Tamisha. She not only has been the adult in the room, but she's just so inspirational, and she is, I don't know, she's like the adult we all want to be. She's forgiving, she's caring, she is kind, she wants to bring people into her world, she wants to elevate people in their own world. There's so many good things that you can say about Tamisha. I'm sad to see her go. Like, this elimination brought a little tear to my eye. And it is quite funny that as Tamisha is getting eliminated, she makes the comment that she's going to go home and just start getting ready for All-Stars. She's going to be ready for that All-Stars call. Because, one last word of wisdom here. So that's it. That's our episode. You ready for some trivia? Gonna win a gift card. It's gonna be a gift card to Walmart, because who doesn't shop at Walmart, I guess? So answer the question correctly and you could be the winner. And the trivia question is, Season 9, Snatch Game. We had 2 drag queens playing other drag queens. Who were they and who did they play? Answer below. Win a gift card. So next week's episode, we get to see Bossy Rossi again. And next week's episode of Here, I'm going to have another special guest. Who will it be? I don't know. You'll have to tune in and find out. But it's Valentine's week, so we're definitely going to be wearing pink and have little hearts and whatever else. So, yay. Anyway, I will definitely see you there. Until then, enjoy your week. Peace out. Love you lots.